If you're just joining us, I'm Chip Farthington, and this is the Mickey Montgomery Show. Now, our topic for today is, of course, amazing inventions. And, folks, I gotta say, am I right? Is this an amazing show so far? Am I right? Our next guest is world-renowned inventor and author of the new autobiographical book, Inventing Myself. Please welcome inventor, author, scientist, and part-time heart surgeon, Albert J. Abernathy. Welcome, Albert. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm sure it is, Chad.
It's Chip. Now, tell us a little something about this book. Now, I haven't had a chance to read it myself, but I understand it's a real page-turner.
Yes, my new book, Inventing Myself, available now from fine bookstores everywhere for the low, low price of $29.95 plus applicable taxes, is really the story of my extraordinary life.
Well, tell us about that.
Well, I came from very humble beginnings, Chip. I was a prairie boy, born and raised in a little house. My pa worked at the lumber mill and my ma stayed at home. Gosh, I can remember my sister and I running down that grassy hill, our old sheepdog chasing playfully behind us. Often I would trip and tumble down that hill, laughing as I fell head over heels to the bottom.
That sounds an awful lot like the closing credits from Little House on the Prairie, am I right?
Hardly surprising. After all, I invented Little House on the Prairie.
I'm kidding. I thought it was based on a series of books by Laura Ingalls Wilder starting back in 1931.
A common misconception, Charles. No, there was an author working under that name many years ago, and she often takes credit for my work. But no, that was me.
Fascinating. Now I'm sure the folks at home are dying to know, so tell us a little bit about your medical training. You say you're a part-time heart surgeon.
Yes, I perform open heart surgery on the weekends to help make ends meet. Interesting tidbit. You might not know this, but I invented the open heart surgery technique.
Wow, that's amazing. Don't you think that's amazing, folks? So now our researchers here, actually, they say that it was actually invented by a surgeon named Daniel Hale Williams back in 1893. But you say that's not the case.
Well, the medical community would have you believe that. We have a lot of misunderstandings between us because of these inventions that I have crafted and patented. They don't like me because I am a maverick, a rogue, a wild horse, if you will. And perhaps I am, because if a man can tear another man's ribcage open with his bare hands and nothing else but a pair of nail clippers and save his life, well, a rogue and a maverick I am.
That's amazing. Well, that brings us to our next question. What exactly does an inventor do?
Well, I don't want to get too technical for you, your audience, or even the intelligent people at home. So I'll see if I can put this into layman's terms for you. What an inventor does, and stop me if I'm being too technical, is invent things.
Fascinating. Now, I think it's a fair statement to say that you have an extensive list of amazing inventions.
That is correct. I don't like to brag, really. Come to think of it, did you know that the word brag was not entered into the English dictionaries until 1979, when I coined the phrase at a keynote speech I delivered at the opening of the Lincoln Tunnel, which I designed, by the way.
I did not know that. Isn't that amazing, folks? Now, Albert, I understand you brought along some of your amazing inventions and some of the most popular ones to show our audience and folks at home.
Well, I don't think that your audience wants to see my silly inventions, do they? Well, all right. I did bring along one or two items to show to the crowd, a few of the inventions that I've made that I think they'll be the most familiar with.
Oh, okay. Well, the suspense is killing me. How about you folks?
Well, I have an invention here to show you. Let me see what you make of this.
Wow, that's amazing. I've never seen anything Wait, isn't that a soup ladle?
Oh, so you're familiar with it?
Well, yeah, I have one at home. Hasn't the soup ladle been around for a long time?
No, I invented this in 1978. You see, for ages, people had to make do without soup ladles.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. I remember when I was growing up, my mother and other people in the family, they would have to dip their hands into big vats of boiling hot soup, scoop it out in their fingers, and pour it into bowls. Third-degree burns, everything. Terribly sad. Even then, as a child, I knew there had to be a better way.
That's the most unbelievable thing I've ever heard. What other inventions did you bring along with you?
Well, this next item should bring back memories for you. What do you make of this?
Isn't that chewing gum?
Yes, absolutely.
You invented chewing gum.
Absolutely. In 1978.
Once again, please forgive me, but I was under the impression that the first commercially available chewing gum was invented in 1848 by a man named John Curtis.
Absolutely untrue. The substance that they used to call chewing gum was actually a petroleum-based plastic that caused cancer and birth defects and various mental illnesses. Terribly unsafe. I have been locked away in a secret laboratory for years, working with a consortium of world governments to come up with a safe alternative. Not only is this tasty, carcinogen-free, but stretched out and properly applied, it will fix the hole in the ozone layer.
I see. Who booked this week's guest?
Now, this...
Oh, come on! You did not invent the light bulb.
I most certainly did.
The common incandescent light bulb was invented and revolutionized by Thomas Alva Edison in 1878, along with the electrical system that would support it. It's common fifth grade science.
Now, I don't know who this Thomas Elvis Edmonton of whom you speak is, but I assure you that if he's marketing a light bulb, it could only have been stolen from my laboratory.
Stolen.
Stolen.
100 years before you were born.
Inventing is a cutthroat business, Chuck.
It's Chip!
Irregardless, I assure you that I will look into this further and get to the bottom of it. Now, can we get back to the business at hand?
Sure. Fine. Whatever.
I have another amazing invention to show you, and you should be very gratified, Chuck, to realize that this invention is being unveiled for you for the very first time in the world.
Please, don't keep us in suspense.
Bear in mind, this is only a prototype.
Oh, for the... That's a cat.
Well, I can't say that I'm surprised that you've heard of it. One can't keep the greatest invention in the history of the human race secret for long. But I should really point out that cat is just a working title. We're leaning more towards waffle, or perhaps calculating animal with a tail.
The domestic house cat has been around for like 9,000 years. It was worshipped by the ancient Egyptians And as a species, it's been here since the time of the dinosaur. But bottom line, you did not invent the cat. Now get off my set.
You clearly don't know what you're talking about.
Seriously, security? So I want this guy off my set this instant.
Do you have any idea who I am? I am Albert J. Abernathy, author, inventor, and part-time heart surgeon. I invented oxygen for crying out loud.
You did not invent oxygen.
I most certainly did invent oxygen. And hot butter popcorn, and Elizabeth Taylor, and the United States of America, and Alex Trebek, and shoelaces, and electric toothbrushes.
Can we get a commercial? Well, is there another guest lined up? Somebody interesting in the audience?
The nerve of this man! Can you believe
What are you doing down there?
I'm not listening to you, as a matter of
Oh,
fact.
that's it.
I invented sweaters. I invented badges. I invented headbands. That one, not that one. And those glasses, which are amazing, by the way, really smashing on you. I invented film and film festivals.
What are you doing in here?
I am defending my intellectual property, my copyrights, my trademarks from you.
I'm just here to, entertain these people.
Entertain? Entertain? You call stealing a man's livelihood entertainment?
I'm making a mockery of my show.
Oh, you don't need me to make a mockery of your show. Can you believe the nerve of this man? Oh, the inventions that he's stolen from me. The work!
You know what? That's the end of you.
Oh, as if I care what you have to say.
Are you walking out on me?
Me?
Oh, I suppose you invented walking out on people. So thanks for coming. I'm Chip Farthington, and this is the Mickey Montgomery Show. Thanks for joining us. Good night.